Yo, what's going on, gamers? And welcome to another video where I share some skilling related information. And as you can hear, I did buy a new microphone, so it sounds a lot better than before. But today we are going a little bit more in depth with efficiency and talk about EHP, GP management for skilling, and the best mobile methods for EHP when you're away from the PC. Before we begin today's video, I wanted to point out that the Golden Gnomes nominations are now open, and it would mean a lot to me if you guys wanted to nominate me for the Best New Old School RuneScape Video Creator and Best New Old School RuneScape Streamer. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Thank you guys. In my Maxscape speedrun series, I didn't really explain what EHP is and how it works. And some of you guys were kinda confused on how I could get over EHP and why that method wasn't a real EHP raid. Which are all valid questions, and I hope to answer those in this video. Alright, let's begin. EHP stands for Efficient Hours Played, and the rates for EHP are based on what is deemed reasonable to maintain over long periods of time per skill. So if I tryharded for 1 hour of Driftnet on the speedrun and I got 130k an hour in Hunter, that doesn't mean that that should be the new EHP rate just because one person got it for 1 hour. It is just not maintainable long term. So EHP is just not a tick perfect hour. It allows for mistakes, learning and playing alt accounts. So that everyone can still, if they put in some effort, get a 1-to-1 hour. And what do I mean by a 1-to-1 hour? So let's say for smithing the EHP rate is 410k XP per hour with Blast Furnace Gold. So if I get 410k XP in 1 hour of gameplay, I get 1 EHP awarded for that. However, if I do a method that is slightly worse, like smithing Eddy plate bodies, which is around 275k XP per hour, you only gained 275k per hour in that hour of gameplay, which results in a EHP gained in that hour of 0.66. So the method is only 2/3 as efficient as Blast Furnace Gold. The methods that are EHP are determined by how viable they are in terms of cost and actual gameplay. Good examples of methods that are way better than other methods but are just not viable long term are crystal crafting and smithing, as this is just too expensive to justify the hours saved for it to become EHP. And another one is 2.5 tick barbarian fishing, as this is much harder and you lose the ability to make money via alts compared to 2 tick swordfish. And you can see what all these methods are per skill and also per game mode on the website templeosrs.com. You go to metrics and then click skilling. On this website you can also track your account and see the EHP gains that you made. Seeing your progress to max being tracked and seeing yourself on the leaderboards can be quite motivating. So if you think this would help you out with staying consistent, I highly recommend you track your account, and especially when a new skill is released, it's gonna be very nice to see all the people go hard on the leaderboards. There are also other tracking websites as well, but Temple is the most up-to-date and has very good support. However, Wise Old Man has, in my opinion, a better visual overview of your progress to max. And if you want to take skilling more seriously, I highly recommend joining or checking out a skilling clan. Being around like-minded players can be even more motivating. I'm in the clan Omnia myself, but there are a couple other clans out there. There are some requirements to join. Either you want top 2000 EHP for a actual rank in the clan, or being on a 100 plus EHP month for a guest rank. Or if you just want to know more about the clan and about skilling, you can still apply for a guest. Alright, now moving on to the GP management section. Making GP with alternate accounts is by far the best way to afford your buyable skills when going for a Maxscape or 200 mils. However, not everybody will have enough GP to do all the efficient methods that are listed on Temple, as some are rather expensive. A way to manage your GP is to look at the GP per hour saved. This way you can get the most time save out of your GP. The way to calculate this is the GP difference between the two methods, divided by the difference in hours. So let's say you want 99 mining and the two options are either Volcanic Mine or 3 tick for Granite with the Infernal Pickaxe. 3 tick 4G costs you around 38 mil in Dragon Pickaxes, and Volcanic Mine profits you around 20 mil in Rune Ore. So the difference is 58 mil, but doing VM results in a 32-hour time loss compared to Granite. So dividing the 58 by 32 means that you're only spending 1.8 mil GP to save 1 hour. Some good examples of doing slower methods that save GP would be doing red d'hide bodies over black d'hide. This only loses you around 2 hours to 99, but you save almost 100 mil GP. So that means that per hour saved you spend 50 mil, which is like a lot. So pretty bad to do black d'hide bodies with current prices. That is actually more expensive per hour than doing 4 lava runners over solo mud runes. And that is around 19 mil GP spent per hour saved. Oak dungeon doors over mahogany tables saves you 84 mil, but you lose 12 hours. So that is only 7 mil per hour saved. So let's say you only have 100 mil. You are way better off spending that 100 mil on expensive construction than to hire runners for a couple hours. Since you would only save 5 hours with that GP on rune crafting, but you can save 12 hours on construction. So you should always be using your GP first on the skill that has the best cost to hour saved ratio. A good way to figure this out for yourself is to play around with the skill cost calculator on Temple OSRS. You can find it under Tools. With this you can select the methods that you are going to do and see how much it's going to cost you with just a couple clicks. You can also customize certain skills by clicking on the yellow wheel. Like with farming you can choose which trees, how many runs per day, and if you want to use protection. You can also add which alts, how many, and during what skills you're gonna play them at the bottom, so you can calculate how much money you are expecting to make. So coming back to the mining example from earlier, let's say you play 1 rune dragon alt during volcanic mine and no alt with 3-tick granite. That's an extra 200 mil GP made with volcanic mine. So if you do the math again, you are now losing out on 258 mil. Instead of only 58 to save 32 hours. So now you're spending 8 mil per hour saved. But at the end, just play around with it and try to come up with the best way to manage your GP. The mobile methods. We all have to leave the PC to do things IRL sometimes. Doing groceries, making food, friends and family, going to the gym or even walking the dog. But there is still a way to gain EHP while doing all those things for very little effort. And of course everybody knows about the mobile app, and I will talk more about that in detail in a bit. But there's also an app called Chrome Remote Desktop, or CRD in short. And with this you can control your computer from your phone. So you will have to leave your PC on when leaving the house, but using this app in combination with a 25-minute logout timer on RuneLite, you can still gain decent XP per hour in certain skills while out and about. The best method by far when using CRD is the 20-minute AFK Nightmare Zone method. When using absorption potions, super combats, and doing a normal rumble with the following NPCs, you only have to open your phone once every 20 minutes to sip another super combat dose and maybe some more absorption. And you can gain over 80k combat XP per hour with just checking your phone once every 20 minutes. And even if you forget it for more than 20 minutes, your character will just not fight back, but it will not log out. And this tile that I'm standing on, first of all, reminds you to put on your auto retaliate. And second, you will usually be attacked by just 1 or 2 NPCs when standing on this tile, so your absorption doses go down a lot slower. I'll leave the text that you have to import with the ground marker plugin in the description. And this is also a very good way to train up your alts. I recommend using the mouse option and not the tap one with CRD. This allows you to tap anywhere on your screen when the mouse is in position. This is perfect for pickpocketing NPCs as well when you don't want to look at your phone. One little note, the app is quite data hungry, so if you are limited, maybe don't do thieving on it and just do the once in a 20 minutes Nightmare Zone thing. Now, the OSRS mobile app. I've used this for probably thousands of hours when going for 200 mil all, and it saved me well over a month of sitting at the PC. Even if you only do it for like 1 or 2 hours per day, it will really add up over time. I will now list the best AFK methods to do on mobile for EHP. Ah yes, redwoods, everybody's favorite burnout spot. Redwoods are around 0.35 EHP and it just makes woodcutting a free skill past level 90. However, I would suggest you only do redwoods when you're away from the PC and not when you're not feeling like playing and just watching some YouTube or something. For when you are on the PC, I would recommend you do something like RD Rooftops if you still need Agility XP. And you can pretty much do redwoods during editing IRL since it's so AFK, and with the tap to drop option you can just quickly drop your inventory and continue woodcutting. And to keep your battery a bit longer alive, I recommend you use the 15 FPS option instead of the unlimited. This will greatly improve your battery life. Okay, this next one is a bit more interesting. We all know the feeling of clicking a fishing spot, then looking away, just to catch one fish and the fishing spot moves away. Well, with this spot you can look away and be sure that you will come back to a full inventory. And no, it is not Karam once. These fly fishing spots on this side of the bridge will just never move, making it a 1.5 minute AFK for like 50 to 60k fishing XP per hour, which is pretty solid. And as you can see, a full inventory and none of the spots have moved. And on mobile you can just zoom in, drop your fish and fish away. I highly recommend you try this one out if you still have some fishing XP to go. Alright, I have 2 more mobile methods for you. First one is Monkey Hunter. This one is pretty good to get some passive Hunter XP in. I think I've gained around 30 mil Hunter XP with this method on my main account, just going for my morning walks every day. One inventory of baskets of bananas will last you around 1 hour and will gain you approximately 100k Hunter XP. So that makes an Hunter XP rate of 100k per hour, and it only requires a couple actions per minute. And on mobile, the tap to drop option makes just everything one tap, dropping the monkey tail, emptying the baskets and dropping the baskets. So really easy to do on mobile. Before we talk about the last mobile method, I made this bank tag layout for all the methods that we went over so far, so you can just paste that and have all the items conveniently together. But the last method is mining Dayalt. I like to bring my stack of hallowed crystals, so I also have a teleport out of there. But you can also use the medallion and just walk through Darkmire, or go via the mines from the TOB bank. But the outfit is not required for mining, but it is required for the TOB bank method, and it is required for you trading in your shards for essence. Mining Dayalt can be a great way to passively bank Runecraft XP. You can expect to mine around 4000 shards when using a dragon pickaxe. That translates to 20 to 25k Runecraft XP banks per hour, and you also get 8k mining XP as well. It is sometimes a little bit hard to see, but the active rock changes after around 1 minute, so you still want to pay some attention. Because if you lose track of the cycle, you get the same thing as with the fishing spot, that you click the rock and then it instantly switches around and you're just like standing there for another minute doing nothing. And if you zoom all the way out, you can always click on every rock. And the best place to use your essence would be ZMI, as those are the highest XP per essence. And followed by lava runes. So if you mined Dayalt for only 1 hour every day for 4 months, you would have mined all the essence needed for 99 runecraft at ZMI. Saving 54 hours of runecrafting and gained an extra 1.1 mil mining XP as well. That is probably another 10 hours saved. Just for 1 hour a day of AFK mining Dayalt. So next time you catch yourself scrolling like a zombie on social media, just load up the Old School RuneScape client and look out the window for a minute, or maybe go for a walk. And that was all I had for you guys today. Hopefully you learned a thing or two and found it enjoyable, so please leave a like if you liked the video. And I will probably start soon with the skilling guides, so please leave a comment with which skill you want to see covered first. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.